loved ones wherever you are. Start your free trial today at amazon.com/alexatogether.
Good evening, everyone. It is, I would say, January 10th, 2023. And let's talk a little bit about, it's been on my mind. And please let me say, shout out goes to my sponsorship, ATF Fashion House, NYC. And they are at 590 Madison, 21st floor. That is the showroom. And corporate offices is at 745 Fifth Avenue. Okay. And I just had to put that out there because, I give credit where it's due. There's never um, any kind of disoriented behavior on my end. Now, I'm an individual that turned 51. Okay. And let's just say this. Been, to me, a certain degree of what I call falsehood. I've come to know about this because when you keep it real and authentic, there is certain things that come into play. And the description of this broadcast is as is up, so is below. So I'm going to take it as far as an ascension to a part in which where I have to deal with things on a eye to eye dimension level. So they have another saying that says that what goes up must come down, right? At one time, establishing myself with a brand I created was my high point. Just getting to that is the most, I like this word, androgynous experience that I've ever had to deal with because I did it all by myself. Okay. And the thing about it is, I'm not the type of man that likes to ask for handouts. You understand? Because also, my generation is we heard all of these sayings like, you know, put your money where your mouth is, right? So my mission statement and logo is know the walk to talk, right? I'm gonna tell you a funny thing. I'm riding through, coming from, my minding my business on my scooter coming home. It's high school kids and stuff, the black ones. You know, and I'm on my job. I hope they're on theirs as students. Because everything that you see before you was because I took a backseat and let life be the greatest teacher that I've ever come to be friends with. Okay? So falsehood is something that is a delusion because I put that in the hands of a human being. I mean, on a random scale, let's just talk. On a random scale, I speak 6 languages. Okay? So I really don't have too much time for chit chatting with people. I want to keep those abreast. So when I leave the country, I'll be able to hang out. See, that's my goal. Because I know I come from an international ancestry. Why would I bound myself and not taste the fruits of my labor? Because in my training, the fruits of my labor is the nectar delights of a family that is more than historical. It's titled falsehood because everything that I'm saying to you, there's if you don't think there's no authenticity based on it, down to this hat, it is quality information that I'm giving up here. See, it takes time for these things to come to birth. Because the falsehood I tie that to as far as me being dead to the world. As far as the standards and the mundane things that we all are subjugated to. And I speak to you clearly out of experience, lived. That's why you have a live from me now. Hello. Remember that? You remember that back in the days? You know, I think that's when I chose to be a student. And I heard hello. And I'm like, what? In class, like, what? What are you talking about? Or she. So the falsehood of what I'm saying is face value. You never know. They say it's a small world, but you never know. So I have to constantly reinvent and replicate things so I can be like 10 steps ahead. Sometimes I don't know if I'm coming or going. I just know my feet is moving. I have this energy. It's like I don't know where it comes from. To be perfectly honest with you, all right. But at this moment, I have to be very, how you say, I have to be very discerning. All right. Because that's something that is known in the circles of people that are religious. So and they're into the sciences of their what they do. Well, I just know a little bit about science. Once again, just like you know, the atom is just it don't take much. Actually, just you can peek at it if you want to. We like to call it a glimpse, you know, but that's something I keep to myself because for the most part, a lot of the turn of events are only because we ourselves are allowing ourselves to be taken for the okey doke, as we used to say, even between us in the culture, even between us. And it's horrifying to think that these circumstances, let's just say, these circumstances are something that we can't even avoid. See, and that's where the falsehood comes into play again. Because we trekking along looking for what we call, opportunity. Every moment we're looking for an opportunity. So what do you think happens when you search so much? Sometimes your nose goes up your own rectum. You understand? That's an old folk saying that I grew up listening to from my mother. When I say Caribbean people like speak very when they cut, it's like you're best to know how to defend against a machete. And that's something that it's sad to say, but sometimes I think of these patterns, diagrams, and angles. You know, and another way of saying it is like my sixes is always covered. So this is how I was trained. That's not my fault. That's just second nature to me now. I don't mean it, But as they always say, old habits are hard to break, and that's not a falsehood. That is figuring when we used to think and it being told in the schools that you know through everything that is it appears to be false. It's only because of how we internalize that. And for that matter, we put on this cover. The cover comes on, and then that's what, and then you take that chance, and it's a therapeutic awakening, because if you're able to do that, and not many can, but if you work at it, you will start to develop these keen senses. But like one master said, it is just like an oak tree. If you're from the inner city and you look at a real oak tree, you would have to go in the forest, and even for those that were raised in the country and we adapted this city, that's the falsehood. But I'm not, like I said, as up as up, so is below. So if, let's just say, everyone was a spruce, a little bit about that sticks to me, because for those of you that understand that how you say that he can I drink some lemonade?
Experiences with Alexa. With
This is
Profile,
lemonade.
Alexa recognizes each person in your household and learns your preferences, like calendar updates, personalized reminders, your music and news providers, and more. Set up
So
profiles for your kids, too. Child
the
profiles
falsehood,
activate parental controls and experiences just
not,
for kids. Complete
first
with
of
full
all, you must
profiles for the
understand
section
something.
to get the most
I'm
out of
not
your
bragging,
experience. To get started,
but
just say Alexa, get to
like
know
the
me.
oak tree,
At the end of this app, you can learn more by saying
it can
Alexa,
seem
set
very
my
intimidating, because for one, let me explain something to you. The base space of an oak tree, and I don't even think it's an oak tree, it's just, I don't know. I'm just going by what the master says. All right, and I'm someone in Europe, in Germany, basically, correspond with people on this YouTube platform. Um, I myself, speaking of which, that you don't know, the owner of this brand is a certified master as well. You understand? Real talk. So I'm not saying this just to, just like, believe me, I'm not. That's in my past, to be honest with you. Not to some, it's not, but to me, I retired. This is more important to me. Um, it's important, but everything in life, see, just like the oak tree, when humans get through with the oak tree, it becomes our houses. It becomes the paper that we learn to from grammar school on to high school and beyond. It becomes a lot of things. That beautiful table that that you make that six-figure income. You got married and you bought your wife that kitchen set. The dream, like, couple stuff. The couples that invest in each other's future, real stuff. You understand? And don't think about it, because they know down the line it's going to be like the forest of oak trees, a firm foundation. Nobody's talking against each other. Everybody knows there's space, because first of all, the base of an oak tree has to have space in itself. When I say space, just figure this house that I'm renting a bedroom from, and I'm late on my rent. And to speak on the light of that, just imagine the acres. One set property that I know for a fact, and I explored it, 63 acres. Okay? Listen, some of you are very into, like, this music stuff. I'm not. That was a important time in my life, because that was the best era of the 90s. And I would tell you, that's what made me who I am today. So, but let me just speak on the oak tree and the metaphor of that understanding. Because what is up is as of below, like I said. See, this is a spiritual awakening, like old school thing, like your grandfather should have told you, but didn't, because we're so living this falsehood. I'm keeping it real with you. That's why Bummer is know the walk, to talk the talk. There's nothing else to talk about, people. It is a state of emergency at this point. Don't be fooled, because many of us go through this thing called suffering and pain. And then we subsided because of what we're doing and say struggle. It's all part of the falsehood. But see, I welcome comments and everything. I will speak to you in a manner, in a style, in a fashion, in a heartfelt, wholeheartedly, cold truth. Because nothing warmed up to me. When I thought I let it warm up to me, that was the suffering. Then when I let it touch me, there you go with the pain. See, my heart and mind has to relax, because I'm not gonna get a stroke over, you know, my people. Somewhere is written that we know not what we do. So if I'm not what they call OG, then what am I? I mean, if that's the best way to describe the lived experience of falsehood. Because if you don't pay attention, they'll drug you up with psychedelics or psychotropic medication. Tell you that you are POOR. And guess what? It's no longer this pair of horsemen. Let's go. Like, no, 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 none of that. It's not. Now it's just us doing it to us. Yeah. So when I speak about falsehood, there's a reason. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm a little heated, but I'm just gonna mind my business, man. Because I can't concentrate on nothing else. Every single thing besides my own family has been unsupportive. They do for a little bit, you know. Then when they notice that, it's going to get a little expensive. Guess what happens? You hear that jazz song? What a fool! What a scheme! But that's the relationship that we have as humans. We lie to each other. We cheat each other. Listen, let me tell you something. Also, brand new as well. I'm going to turn into a lifestyle that, first of all the things that you are tempted by, this is not for no reason. Also, I'm getting older, so wait. I'm not gonna go that route. Go to these new barbershops they got where they line you up with like dye and do the hair implant and then hook you up just for the sake of image, just to show you some facade. All right, let me go, guys. It's too late. Enjoy your evening. Please strap in. It's gonna be Fashion Week soon, so I hope to see you out and about in NYC. All right, thank you so much. And let me figure out why I even started this. Thank you.